From scoring goals so fast that the opposition fans had to return home within 15 minutes of kickoff, to having all on-field and off-field players red-carded. These are the unbreakable records in world football. Number 1. Lionel Messi. Let's start with this guy that needs no introduction. Football is easy for some, just like this dude. Lionel Messi is one crazy footballer who has scored goals that can fill up an ocean in his career. I mean, this guy probably scores because of the fun of it, and not because it is essential to the game. Then, in 2012, he did something the world has never seen in football. You see, a guy called Gerd Müller held the world record for scoring the most goals in a calendar year. That guy scored 85 goals. Messi then came around and shattered that record. My man scored 91 goals in a calendar year. That was more goals than Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea got in the Premier League season. Messi's record is exceptional, but I wonder if this guy was still in the post, maybe he would have prevented some of the goals. 2. Lev Yashin. At some point you may have wondered why they call the best goalkeeper award the Yashin Award. Well, it was named after this guy. Goalkeepers are often ignored in the world of football when it comes to awarding them for their heroics, but this guy was so good that he couldn't be ignored. Yashin revolutionized what football knew to be the goalkeeping department. He wasn't just making sublime saves and keeping his team in the game, he was paying attention to the opposition's attack and was positioning his defenders, instructing them what to do. It might look simple and common in football these days, but if Yashin hadn't started it, we may not be seeing that now. Then, in 1963, FIFA just couldn't keep ignoring this dude and had to give him the Ballon d'Or. The guy pretty much forced their hands. He became the first and only goalkeeper to date to win the coveted Best Player of the Year award. So outstanding was the achievement, and they named the Best Goalkeeper award after him. Will another keeper ever win that award? I don't think so. It's not that easy to make crazy dives and make everyone want to give you the Ballon d'Or, but this next guy certainly can. 3. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has a crazy catalogue of goals in his locker. This dude can score anywhere and anyhow. You see, when Ronaldo was playing for Juventus in 2019, he turned the entire world's attention to the Italian league, where he scored a header against Sampdoria, jumping a staggering 2.56 meters above the ground. But as it turns out, that wasn't the record-breaking jump to score a header. Want to know who holds the record? It is this guy. Yeah, of course, it is Cristiano Ronaldo. Who else? Against his former club, Ronaldo leaped a staggering 2.98 meters to score against his former club. His legs were high above Patrice Evra's head. How crazy is that? Superman ain't got nothing on him. Man, put him and LeBron James on the Lakers team and watch them tear down the NBA. Ronaldo is a crazy attacker, alright, but he wasn't the only one scoring goals for his club. This next guy was taking all the set-piece glory for his club. 4. Roderigo Ceni. A goalkeeper's primary job is to keep a goal out and not score goals. Roderigo Ceni enters the frame and says, think again, because damn, this guy can do both. The Brazilian goalkeeper, who played for Sao Paulo in his career, scored a staggering 129 goals. If that's not wild, I don't know what is. It turns out that the guy was so good in dead ball situations that he was the regular penalty and free kick taker for his club. The balls, man. He leaves his net unguarded and comes to take a free kick. I mean, what if he missed? The balls. Speaking of having the balls, no one has it more than this guy. 5. Jose Mourinho. You cannot doubt Jose Mourinho's career. This guy's won everything there is to win in world football. From his time winning the Champions League at Porto to taking Roma to their first European glory in over half a century, Mourinho is the man. He is the first coach to win UEFA's 4 major trophies: the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League and the Super Cup. But you see, just as he has many trophies, he's also not short of red cards. Kinda reminds me of Severus Snape in the Harry Potter films. Jose Mourinho has mastered the dark arts. He's not going to take nonsense from anyone. The guy has received a record 8 red cards in his career. No coach even remotely comes close to that number. He'd probably be happy to coach any of these 2 clubs in Argentina though. 6. Clayton versus Victoriano Arenas. Can you ever think of a match where 36 players were sent off? Yes, 36 players. Crazy, right? Well, it happened. 2011, Clayton played local rival Victoriano Arenas in the Argentinian league, and chaos descended in the second half. Before halftime, 2 players had already been sent off, but the second half was where carnage really erupted. The players dived in for crazy tackles and had it with one another. Then they went from aiming for the post to aiming for their faces. In that match, the referee produced 36 red cards. He sent off all 22 players on the pitch and 14 substitute players and coaches. Talk of pure chaos! Man, Thanos would probably be happy with that match. But not all football clubs are chaotic. Some are so incredibly well drilled that they just couldn't even be beaten. A club like this. 7. Arsenal. In the 2003-04 season, Arsenal did something unthinkable in English football history. Arsene Wenger's side went unbeaten with their free-flowing football throughout the season. This means throughout the season, they didn't lose a single match. Do you know how crazy that is? They played 38 matches and didn't lose a single game. Wow! At the end of the season, they were presented with a Golden Premier League trophy for their achievement. They remain the only side to have a golden trophy. Arsene Wenger had many players at his disposal to call on whenever a match was not going how he wanted. For Southampton, they had just one man. 8. Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is an African legend, no doubt, but before he had moved to Liverpool, he'd done something no one had ever seen in European top leagues. In 2015, when Mane was still playing for Southampton, he made Aston Villa fans return to their respective houses before 15 minutes. This guy scored a hat-trick within 2 minutes. He scored 3 goals in the 13th, 14th and 15th minutes. You'd have to go way back to the 40s before you can see anyone match that record. Scoring 3 goals within 3 minutes is crazy. But do you know what's even crazier? Scoring more than that in a shorter time. 9. Robert Lewandowski. Bayern Munich were losing 1-0 to Wolfsburg in a Bundesliga match when Bayern coach Pep Guardiola decided it was time to bring in Lewandowski. See, Lewandowski is known as a goalscorer who strikes fear into any defender trying to mark him. That was why when people saw Lewandowski coming on as a sub, we all thought, Bayern is winning this game now. But no one expected what Lewandowski would do. He scored not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5 goals in the space of 9 minutes. Some players don't even have a hat-trick in their career. This guy scored 5 in just 9 minutes. 9 minutes! Lewandowski is a crazy goalscorer, alright, but when it comes to crazy goal-scoring records, he still tails behind this guy. 10. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo once said that he wasn't chasing the records, but the records were chasing him. I think we've seen enough over 2 decades to know this guy wasn't lying. In the Champions League, Ronaldo is unrivaled. He is the all-time top scorer with 141 goals. 141 goals. That is ridiculous. The dude has more goals than some players have appearances in the competition. He has also been a top scorer in the competition for a record 7 times. 7 times. Ronaldo holds the record for the most goals scored in a Champions League campaign, with 17 goals. Man, most players don't even have 10 goals in their entire Champions League career. The only person that has come close to Ronaldo's 17-goal record is this guy. Got you again. Of course, it's Ronaldo himself, who has 16 goals in the 2015-16 season. He is the Mr. Champions League for a reason. Can't argue that fact. Also, do you know that Ronaldo is subscribed to Scorezone? If you want to be as cool as him, hit that subscribe button and be a part of the movement with CR7. Cheers!